Welcome back to Sibos TV, everybody. We're going to talk a lot about technology now because the Technology Forum runs today and tomorrow. It's one of the highlights of the Sibos conference here in Dubai on Monday and Tuesday. Joining us to discuss some of the technological issues is Michael Fish. He is a CIO at Swift, so nice to see you again. Let's talk about some of the big themes that you have at this Technology Forum over the next 2 days.
Okay. But first and foremost, Kavita, I'd like to thank you for the great job you do on Sibos TV. You really helped to make Sibos a success for us, so thank you very much.
Our first fan. Our first fan. Nice to have a fan.
Not the first one, but the most vocal.
Thanks a lot.
So Kavita, the Technology Forum, we're doing it again this year, and it came out of the simple thought last year that technology is central to financial services, so we should make it central to Sibos discussion as well. Our forum was extremely successful last year, so we decided to bring it back this year and talking about more transformative technologies in the banking sectors.
Okay, so you've got some themes here. Should we run through some of these themes? Big data, do you want to start with that?
Big data is a key session. In fact, anybody who's watching TV now, you should stop watching and go into the big data session in conference room 3. It's about to start. Big data is a key for financial services because there's never been a time where enterprises have more data at their fingertips. And the technologies that allow them to take that data and transform it into information, both for competitive advantage and commercial opportunities, is really upon us. So in the session today, they'll talk about separating hype from reality and let people know how they can leverage big data.
And we've had cloud as an issue on the Sibos agenda for the last couple of years. What's going to be new about what you're going to be talking about cloud in this technology forum?
I think the biggest difference on cloud is I think when it hit us 3 or 4 years ago in the financial services sector, it was more hype, and now we're seeing it's more reality. So with the cost advantages and so forth for cloud, there are many opportunities for financial services to leverage that. There still are security concerns people have to work through, but in general, we think cloud has risen past the hype and is into reality.
And the mobile workforce, that's another thing that's coming up on the agenda.
Mobile workforce is very important. I mean, let's face it, we're all here this week. We have to get our day jobs done as we're here, so we all have smartphones and tablets and PCs to connect back to the office. But there's a lot of issues. You know, it brings up issues of work-life balance as we're always connected. It brings up data security issues. I myself as a CIO, that's one of the things we have to worry about. So the session is going to talk about how you can make the acronym BYOD stand for bring your own device, not bring your own disaster.
And cyber, I know Yawar Shah, the chairman of Swift, has mentioned this numerous times in both the opening and closing plenaries at Sibos over the last year. Cyber threat, again, another hot button issue.
I think cyber was on the agenda last year. It just feels like something is different. It feels like the attacks are more severe, the attacks are more frequent, the press coverage is more prominent. So it seems like the war on cyber has escalated, and I think in the session tomorrow, people will have a lot of discussion about how best to prepare for that war and fight it to win.
And mobile banking, I mean, that's an issue we were just talking about with regards to financial inclusion, how you're going to get more people who are not part of the official financial sector included, and you know, mobile banking is one of the ways that they're certainly doing it in Kenya.
Yes, it certainly is, and I think with the proliferation of mobile technology to many people who've not had the technology before, you know, it gives the possibility for banks to reach the unbanked, as you say. And I think as well, we're reaching a new generation with the mobile technologies. Many people who have not had bank accounts before, and with that, the social technology parts of it, the social networking, you know, plays a big angle in terms of how the mobile plays in that space.
And you've got a few other things that you wanted to mention to me.
Well, I think there's one other thing I do believe I should mention, which is our technology keynote, which happens today at 11 o'clock, so that's really our premier event. We're very fortunate to have Paul Taylor from Financial Times as the moderator, but as the panelists we have Suresh Kumar, CIO of Bank of New York Mellon, and Stefan Mueller, who's the CIO of Commerce Bank. So both of them are group CIOs of major institutions, and Paul will take them on a wide-ranging discussion of a number of topics that are of interest to the senior technologists of today.
For you, where you sit as CIO of Swift, I mean, we've run through quite a few issues here, big data, cloud, mobile workforce. Where do you think most of the money is going to be funneled into fintech? Which of these are the most urgent, if you like, and most where you're going to see money move more and more rapidly into that area for financial technology?
For I think financial technology in general, the cloud and the mobile are two areas. Of course, cyber is on everybody's mind, so that's an area where we need to invest. But I think many commercial opportunities abound in the mobile and the cloud. So you'll see many investments there.
And what about the size of investments? Because gone are the days now where banks are going to pay $1 billion for fintech. So what are you seeing about the size of investments and how is that going to change over the near term?
It could potentially shrink, but I think as banks, the commercial business is picking up, they do have more money to spend. And I think there are some areas you just need to spend what you need to spend. Cybersecurity is an example. Money sometimes isn't even an object. You need to protect yourself spending the money you spend. I know at Swift, our board and executive has been very good about whatever we need to reinvest in our core to improve our resilience and security, we definitely get the money. And I'm sure it's that way in other financial institutions as well.
Okay, Mike, have a great conference. It's always good to see you. Thanks very much for taking the time to come and chat with us.
Thank you.
Here on Sibos TV. Mike Fish, everybody.